This is the calling, have you heard? Bring all the lovers to the fold. No one is gonna lose their soul. All my days I've been searching to find out what this life is worth. Through the books I've looked, through time I've searched. Love, love is my religion. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. All you need is love. So don't let nobody stop us. Free spirits have to soar. With you I share the gift. The gift that we now know. I don't want to fight. Hey, let's go fly a kite. There's nothing we can't cure. I'ma keep you in my arms for sure. Love, love is my religion. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. All you need is love. All you need is love.
James Woods can say is, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy. When a Bowen turned into a vampire, all James Woods could say was, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy. When he became Peter's best friend, they sat around the house and said, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy.
Here's a song about the great glory of America. F you, USA, fuck the Constitution. We can't give you any money because we spent it on bombs. F you, USA, fuck the Constitution. Privatize all life, let the earth in your polluted. Commit some genocide, call it revolution. Life is just one big game here, but you're this fucking stupid. America, the land of the free. America, why did you lie to me? America, F you, USA, you fuck the Constitution. Keep asking me for rent while you're busting all the unions. F you, USA, you're just a red and blue-eyed nuisance. And if you're still bought in, then you're falling for the illusion of America, the land of the free. America, why did you lie to me? America, because I wanna know where you've gone. 'Cause I wanna know where you've gone, where you've gone. USA, instead of offering us solutions, you tried to make some money and destroy our institutions. Fuck you, USA, for all the misery you've caused. The truth really hurts when it stares back at you hard. America, the land of the free. America, why did you lie to me? America, yeah, so fuck you. You kind of deserve it.
Drug It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours. It costs that much 'cause I don't have superpowers. So you need to pay for my skills 'cause exposure doesn't pay the bills. It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours. You need to pay for my skills 'cause exposure doesn't pay the bills. It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours.
We have a great show for you this evening, apparently.
Oh no.
Doc! Oh no! Jesus!
I am. I'm great. There we go. Could I do that again? Cut. Action.
Hold it down.
Oh my god. I'm trying
hold
so
it.
hard.
Hold.
Wait, I got mine. Wait. Sir, this is a Wendy's. You really are stoned, aren't you? I'm like still trying to figure out if you are or not. I've been seriously trying to figure out for so long.
Yellow. New phone. Who dis? Hey, everybody. It's Uncle Warren here. I'll bring the boss lady in here in just a second. Good to see everybody, and we can shout out the chat together when she comes in. But first, we gotta do a little business. If you are new to these parts, please like, share, and subscribe, or the demon chicken will haunt your dreams, just like the shadow people. They're everywhere. Selling out, of course. We gotta give a shout out to our fake sponsors, Big Ernie's Chicken Shack. Big Ernie's out on the highway. I'm pretty sure they're serving roadkill over there, so you know, let the buyer beware. And of course, Bud Spanky's Oral Sex Parlor. It's Bud Spanky's. We blow away the competition. All right, it's enough of that nonsense. Why?
Your sponsors.
Why, God, why? Look, if there was actual money behind that, I would really take seriously Bud Spanky's Oral Sex Parlor. I'm just saying.
That's right.
I know,
you
we
know.
need to go like out in public somewhere and actually go to like these random off the wall stores and see if they'll sponsor your show. Like sex shops and shit. That would be hilarious.
Tonight's sponsor is dildos out
Right.
of what is it, Baker, California, right next to
That's
the
right.
world's largest thermometer.
Ooh. There you go.
I know some stuff. It's not
There you
it's
go.
not a thank goodness it's not a rectal thermometer. Because you know that would that'd probably hurt some. Hi-yo.
It's a thermometer for the Nephilim, that's all.
Yeah, it's for really, really, really big people. Yeah.
Like the Jolly
So-
Green Giant, you know, like it, you know.
They
The
don't
baby is
wanna,
sick, they just bring it over to Baker, California and stick it in the butt and be like, all right, the baby's sick, it's got a temperature.
like a turkey thermometer or something like that, a meat
Right.
thermometer. We have folks here, Jimmy. We have
Ew.
Def is here, and Brandy, and two of our producers are here, Anthony and Les Bones, and Cynical
Bones.
Girl is here too. Cynical Girl said, "You know what? I like some decadence. I'll come back."
It's always wonderful to see beautiful faces. I'm excited.
Exactly. We got Gamer here, and Cherokee Elizabeth Warren, and like I said, Beast is here, and
Ooh, more
Anthony
bones?
and Ed Heller, of course.
Of course.
Ed and Ed and Jerry were on Extra Bulla Live last week. We on our first ever double feature, and great news out of Chicago for those guys. They have started their own worker co-op. So congratulations to Ed and Kira and Jerry, good people too.
Yay.
Who else? We got Kate here and Miguel, of course. Our Encyclopedia Britannica is Miguel. He knows all. He sees all. We got Aussie Oracle here, all the way down from down under. Good to see you. What is it like? It's probably in the afternoon there, I would imagine, right? How far is the future is Australia? Like what? Like 50 hours, some shit like that. Aren't they like 2 days ahead of us or something like that? P-Stubb's here.
They are more in the future than you are of me. So for
That's
sure.
true. I'm only 3 hours. They're like 3 days ahead. Who else we got here? We got Jim and Kate pulling double duty over on the Rockfin too. Good to see y'all. Who else we got in here? I know Dee was here earlier. Rick's here. Good to see you. Willie Bragg Show. Willie was on earlier this evening on KRTD and his channel as well. Be sure to subscribe to Willie. Willie Bragg, that is. You subscribe to other Willie. That's your business. You might want to keep that to yourself. Who else is here? I think I got everybody. If I missed you, don't worry. I'll aim better next time. And yeah, dad jokes all night long. All right, I guess that's it for now. So anyway, we got some chicken business here. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. These motherfuckers. If I can
Own us,
this.
I know.
These chickens. This is Chicken City on the YouTubers. Make sure that you check them out on the YouTube. Like I said, it's just chickens. They're just hanging out. And it's the chat that's funny. Like I said, there's a bunch of stoners in there, a bunch of tinfoil hat types talking about all kinds of crazy shit. It's great. Everybody up on the top bunk there. It's springtime, but it's still a little chilly over here on the East Coast. So pardon me. Is it chilly by you?
Right.
Yeah, I'm all right.
It's still chilly. Yeah, we still got some chilly things, and we still get some rain showers and snow here and there, but it's kind of starting to warm up a little bit. So
yeah,
we'll see. Yeah.
Well, if you say so. I don't know. It's just the weather here is always just weird, you know. It's especially in the springtime. It's just kind of I don't know. It just gets, I don't know. It'll be cold and then it'll start warming up, right? And then like in this building, you have heat pipes, so you have steam that heats the building, right? So, and usually like April 1st, they cut off the heat because that's when it usually starts getting warmer. And yeah, so but not this time. It got back down in the 40s. Everybody's just like, you know, just it's just freaking out.
Yep.
Yeah, so sorry. Too soon? Not soon enough.
No.
We have some announcements to make here. So like I said, we had the double feature Monday with the Chicago corner guys, but before that we had Misty Winston on, and she was talking about the event that's coming up this Tuesday. So Julian Assange, the 4-year anniversary in Belmarsh, so they're having a rally in Washington, D.C. That's going to be Tuesday, April 11th from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern at the Department of Justice, 10th and Pennsylvania Avenue. If you can get down there, great. If not, just kind of share the wealth, spread the news. around to the kiddos, and just it's because it's starting to make headway. When I was talking to Misty, and you had Misty on your show this past Thursday, is that right?
Wednesday. Wait, yeah,
Wednesday,
Thursday. Yeah, you're right. Correct. Thursday.
Thursday.
Yes.
Don't you fuck with time
I'm
with me.
Man, this week has been rough.
But it was a good conversation y'all had. And so yeah, she's been making the rounds around the shows to get the word out. Love Misty. She really puts in the work when it comes to Julian Assange, and she'll tell you, "Oh, I'm not the only one." And well, of course, you're not the only one, but she's the one we know, and we just
the one in our circle, right?
Exactly, and we love her and we want to support her too. Yes, gamer Misty rocks. She's a sweetheart. She really is. She busts ass.
And if anybody else that we knew too, like had this passion project that they're always caring about, or even just right away, like they're organizing something, that's just what we do for each other. That's like part of being a friend, is to help each other out and boost each other up, and support each other in the issues that they care about the most. And this is her chosen thing, which is such a great issue to cover, because it's not just one person, a journalist. It sets such a high precedent, especially with freedom of speech. That, like, if anything out of our Constitution, that's like the most important thing that pretty much we need to have in the entire world, is freedom of speech and freedom of press and stuff. So I think what she's doing is huge. And if anybody else is interested in organizing events and stuff too, like that's what we're here for, is to help get the word out so that things can get fixed. So
wait a minute, did you say passion project? Oh damn, baby, I wish your butt cheeks was chocolate chip cookies. I dunk them in some milk. Wait, what? Anyway.
I could just imagine you sitting there for the whole minute and a half that I was talking, waiting to use that part.
You're exactly right. You read my mind. Jimmy reads me like a comic book. Yeah. So, well, you said passion, and then I had the shit set up. Come on. Anyway.
That's right.
It's Kate. I think we broke Kate. Kate says, "Sexy Kim." Oh my God, stop it. No, Kate, for you, my love, Kate. This is all for you and nobody else. Well, maybe a few people, if you know somebody, if they're into that kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about. I have a Spider-Man outfit. So
poor Sherry. She's in the audience. She just came in to say hi. I am so sorry you came in to say hi like this, Sherry. Oh,
look at
Lord.
Look at you being all embarrassed and shit. You're half the show, right?
Her poor innocent mind.
Sherry's not innocent. Mind. You stop it. Sherry's a woman of the world. She knows what's going on. Good to see you, Sherry. Right. Thanks for stopping by. And we got Jerry in the wait.
Jerry says he has a Batman outfit. Now, see, that's what I want to see. I want to see that. That's hot.
Well, I have a bat. It's just kind of, I don't know. It's more like. Holy shit, Kate said, "I'm going to have to go play with myself now." Yeah, oh boy, it's after midnight. Look, this is Jesus waking up day. You should not be saying shit like that, Kate. You know what I mean? This is when he got up from his 3-day nap. Okay, he wasn't dead. Come on, he was asleep for 3 days. He went out with the boys on Friday, got hammered, and it was like that what is it? What was that movie with the bachelor party where they were
The Hangover?
The Hangover, yeah. It was like that. Yeah, Jesus starred in the Hangover. So he was out for 3 days, and then the third day he was like, "Well, he hasn't gotta go." Rolls back the stone. Yeah, so officially here on the East Coast, it is Easter, or I should say the Easter Coast, right? If we want to do a little combo. Anyway, I got nothing.
Do you celebrate Easter?
Me? I used to. I don't really anymore. I was all about the coloring eggs stuff. You know, they get the PAS. It's called PAAS. And for those who don't know, back in the day, so you get this PAS kit, right? And it came in this cardboard box, and you could punch out. They had little perforated holes, so you could punch them out, so you could set the eggs in the cardboard box thing, right? And you had this. It had this metal little ladle thing, and you sit the egg in there, and you dip it into the dye, right? And you had these little tablets, and you put them in vinegar, and you let them dissolve, and then you put it in there, and it would color the eggs. So. But I love hard boiled eggs, so I was all about some Easter, and a chocolate Easter bunny, too. Oh, they still have all that, really? Yeah.
Yep.
I figured they'd like make that on 3D printers or something now, you know, since it's the future. After all, you know, we're not dipping eggs in vinegar juice, you know, colored vinegar.
So gross.
I thought it'd be just like, you know, like a laser would like, you know, draw on the side of the shit, you know, and I don't know. I'm not too hip. I'm more hip replacement than hip. So.
Right.
So, we're trying some new technical stuff tonight. I don't know if it's going to work. And if it doesn't, well, you know, fuck it. So we'll do what we can. Desert Mantis here. Good to see you. When do you drop the ball filled with oil out the window to test the double bladder? I don't know what the fuck that means. Do you?
I have no idea what that means.
Desert, you speak in riddles. When you drop the ball filled with oil out the window to test the double bladder. That could be code for something. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, it reminds me of a riddle that the troll gave to like those knights in that English comedy movie.
That English comedy movie?
I can't think of the movie. What is it called?
Are you talking about Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Yeah, the Holy Grail. Yeah, there's that troll with like the riddles that don't make any sense, but like one guy ends up getting them and the other guy doesn't.
What is your favorite color? Blue.
No,
red. Ah!
Yeah.
Monty Python is great. That's one of my favorite movies of all time is Monty Python.
It's been a long time since I've seen those movies, and pretty much like the only thing I remember from those movies is that part, the one where the guys are fighting and he chops off like all of his limbs, and then the really big guy in the restaurant that eats a lot of food, and then he goes over to the waitress and he's like, "I'm gonna need a bigger bucket," and then he throws up all over the restaurant.
Monty Python was so ahead of their time.
I know. I love that dry English humor, though. That's my favorite. I love that dry humor shit.
Willie says, I always loved on Monty Python when they talk like old ladies. Hello! Yeah, they were always doing that. Right. There's a great part. I think it's like, I can't remember which knight it is that goes to the castle. It's all women, and they're basically saying you can stay here and we'll make love to you and stuff. And then another knight comes and says, I'll save you. And he's like, no, I'm all right. I'm quite fine here. No, we got to get you out of here. This place is crazy. No, you fucker. And of course the holy hand grenade and the rabbit that, run away.
Right.
There's so much in there. If you're a young person, you haven't seen Monty Python's The Holy Grail, please do yourself a favor and do that. Life of Brian is good too. Actually, that's probably a little more appropriate for this time of year. They thought Brian was the savior, and he's like, no, he's just some regular dude. So, but good stuff there.
I'm like the opposite of Gamer. Gamer says he likes a little bit of dark humor, but it depends. Like, I'm the complete opposite. The more dark humor, the better for me, please. Like, any dark humor you can put in there, just fill it full of it. I'm here for all of it.
It's only a flesh wound.
He's got no limbs.
He's just a torso. He goes, we'll call it a draw. I know. So, and there's so much in that movie too. The artwork too. That they have the little the little artworks with the big foot comes down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a staple on PBS for a long time too. It was usually like at any given point in the evening and on any day, if you go to PBS, chances are Monty Python was probably playing. So
Really?
yeah, it was like
That's cool.
but then again, PBS didn't have a whole hell of a lot of programming way back in the day. We're talking like the 70s. So you know, besides Electric Company and Sesame Street and which used to be good.
See, and I was a kid like in the 80s and 90s, so PBS to me was like, you know, Fraggle Rock and, you know, Muppets and things like that. So I used to watch it like early weekend mornings, you know.
Yeah. I think is Sesame Street even still on PBS? I thought they moved that somewhere, or maybe that was something
I have
else.
no idea. Yeah, it's been a long time since I watched Sesame Street.
Yeah, old PBS was really good. They had this show called Are You Being Served, and it was about this retail men's and women's clothier in England, and this cast of characters was just insane. They were just like all of them. There was this one lady, this older lady, and she kept talking about her cat. And she'd say, the cat got out in the rain. She goes, "Man, my pussy got out in the rain. It got all wet." And of course, there'd be one person going, "Ooh," you know, just. It was like what the weird sexual jokes that were on Three's Company. That was way with that. Are You Being Served was doing that, like, you know, long before that. Hey, Oz in the chat. What is up, Oz?
Oh.
Good to see
Oz.
you. New Kofi. Thank you. Thank you. Oz, I hope we're feeling better. We heard you were under the weather, so you know, we're sending some positive vibes to you, brother. Hopefully you will be better soon. So they didn't have a show tonight, him and Shonda. But I am gonna be on Shonda's show Monday. I think at 1:00 Eastern, I think. So yeah, and also I don't know if you guys in the chat was paying attention, but the first song we played was by Ryan Christian. So and he is the host of the Last American Vagabond, who he's going to be on Extra Bulla on Monday as well. He has to do an early show, so we're going to have an early bird special on Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern, I believe. So right before Jimmy's show at 4 p.m. on KRTD, and of course the name of that show. What? Yes. So good stuff. Good stuff.
We're all starting to get our shows like right next to each other's. I wish YouTube did raids like Twitch does, so we could just like send our friends over to, you know, our next friends. So that'd be so cool if the YouTube did raids. I would love that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we might be able to do that in the future. We got an Anonymous here. It said Mrs. Slocum, was her name from Are You Being Served? Talking about her wet pussy. Whew.
Interesting.
But it was a fun show.
I didn't know that PBS used to have Doctor Who on there as well. Somebody, I think Def in there said Doctor Who. I would love that because I got to watch like English channels on like Roku just to get Doctor Who stuff now. So
Faulty Towers. Speaking of Monty Python, John Cleese was the star of Faulty Towers. It was about this hotel this man and his wife were running, and all kinds of craziness afoot. But yeah, Doctor Who. Back in the day, I remember Doctor Who with Tom Baker. Tom Baker back then was my favorite Doctor Who because I liked his scarf, and he had like the.
I know.
He had the Mike Brady curly permed hair with the hat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, just so you know, Tom Baker was obsessed with porn stars.
Really?
Yeah, he had a coke addiction and he loved porn stars.
Wow. I knew there was something about him I liked.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
Coke and porn.
I like the newer ones, like not the newest ones, like the old man and then the girl, like the ones before it, like David, what's his name? And then there was like the
David
Alonzi
Tennant.
guy, and then like those guys are the ones that I really enjoyed. Those were my favorites. I really got into like, the love story with the girls that are always with them, and oh man, I was obsessed. I really was obsessed.
We got Cornholio Play-Doh over on Twitch. Good to see you. Yes, we're all over the place. We're on Rockfin and YouTube, and we're on Twitch. I would have to say of the most recent ones, I liked Christopher Eccleston. He was like the first one of the new crew.
Yes.
I really liked him, and he only lasted one season. And then David Tennant came in.
Normal though. He was so normal. I really loved him. And the red-haired lady that was his companion, she is hilarious in like other shows. I've seen her in she was the crazy lady in The Office, in the TV show, The American Office.
Right.
In that. So like she is fucking hilarious. I absolutely adore her. I love that actress. Yeah, that was a good one.
I can't remember her name, but yeah, she's actually done stuff outside with David Tennant too.
With David Tennant, yeah. And see, I love David Tennant because when I first saw that he was going to be the Doctor Who, I remember him from Harry Potter. So he was actually one of like the evil Slytherin guys in Harry Potter. So when I saw that he was going to be Doctor Who, that's kind of what tied me to Doctor Who. Like, fell in love with it after that. I was like, oh, you got some Harry Potter motherfuckers in this show? I'm on it. Like on it.
Right on. Yeah, it was when Eccleston left, I was very sad. I was like, oh, who's this guy? David Tennant. But then he just grew on me. And
yeah. With his Alonzi stuff. Oh my god, so fucking cute.
If you've ever seen the show Good Omens, I think it's who is that did that? Was it Neil Pratchett and somebody else was the writers of the book? But they did the Good Omens. But David Tennant and Michael Sheen are on that show. A very good show. It's they work so well together. It's called Good Omens. I think it's on Amazon, maybe. I could be wrong. But during the pandemic, they did these videos where they would Zoom call each other, and they were all just like scraggly beards and shit. You remember that?
So,
yeah.
Yeah, the guy that does it with David Tennant, that's the guy from the movies Underworld, right? Like he played either a Lycan or a vampire in the Underworld movies.
Yeah, I think he was
because that's where I recognized him from, and it was so weird to see him funny because he was such a serious, evil character in like some vampire Lycan werewolf movie.
Yeah, when he in the what's the movies with the shiny vampires? What was that?
Is he in Twilight as well? Was he one of the vampires?
I think he was in Twilight. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I do think he was in the Underworld movies too. I think he was like one of the werewolves in the Underworld movies.
Yeah, he played.
But yeah. I never thought he could be funny. And man, him and David Tennant together, they are a fucking powerhouse. They are hilarious.
Anonymous.
I just want to be a fly on the wall for when they talk. That's all I want to be.
Faulty Towers' best anagram was flowery twats. That's funny.
I've never heard of Faulty Towers. What is that?
That was the one I was telling you. It's with John Cleese, one of Monty Python. It was about a hotel, like a little bed and breakfast type hotel that they ran, and then like all kinds of scandalous, funny shit happened and misunderstandings. That was the thing. The thing about 70s sitcoms, there was a lot of like sexual misunderstandings and stuff like that, like Three's Company type humor. You know, only more British, if you will.
Right. There is I'm like seeing Restream bot all over your comment section. Some people are holding it down over on Twitch right now. Is that what's going on? I see like Cornholio Play-Doh. Who's that?
You got Les Bones over there too. Miguel went over there.
Yeah, Miguel. Yeah, Mr. H is over there. Like motherfuckers holding down over on Twitch right now. I'm here
Twitch.
for it. That's awesome.
We don't usually get a lot of traffic on Twitch, so it's good to see that
No.
people are over there. So,
Yeah.
all right. So tonight we got an old chock full of shit for you. That's why you show up here, because you got nothing better to do in the middle of the fucking night. So neither do we. So we're here for it as well. So our buddies over at Due Dissidence, Russell from Due Dissidence was over in downtown Manhattan this week for the Trump arraignment, right? So, and that was I saw some of the video that was of those people down there. Talk about a fucking clown show, right? I mean, on both sides, people who are for and against Trump, all of them clowns, straight up circus. It was ridiculous. I was tempted to go over there, but this couch is a lot more comfortable than getting yelled at by a shitlib or or a MAGA person. So it was insane. So this was so they played this on their show, and I've said we got to play this too. This was Russell. He was down there, and he was talking to some of the people who were in favor of Trump getting arraigned, and let's just say that these people were slightly deranged, to say the least. So first off, let me make sure everything is groovy gravy. I say that. Ooh, I almost fucked up. Okay, good. All right. So let's this is, hopefully this works. We shall see. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Oh no.
I don't hear audio. Of course, no.
Oh,
audio.
wait. I know what's up. Okay. Here we go.
So do you think we should so do you think he'll be found guilty?
If justice is served, he sure will be. For this and all the other crimes that he's accused of.
So do you think we should arrest George Bush next?
Why? What is about this? What's this whataboutism? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, but should we? I mean, if we're going to hold people accountable.
You know better than that?
You don't think we should?
I'm not going to be baited by you. I don't care what you think.
Okay, so you don't think we should arrest George Bush for war crimes?
Wants to arrest George W. Bush,
yeah, that's right.
Okay. What do you think? Do you feel that he should be arrested?
If a grand jury of average New Yorkers indicts him, then he should be arrested.
Exactly.
Well, you know, Michelle Obama called her partner in crime.
Oh, you're going after a black woman now, of course, because you're clearly a white supremacist.
So do you think that's why?
So you have to demonize the black woman and try to get her point of crime.
So if you criticize Candace Owens, you're a white supremacist?
In your audience.
What if you criticize Candace Owens?
Is universally respected, whereas Candace Owens is a pathetic sister.
Right. What if you This is what happens. Ask these people questions. They cannot answer. Well, this is a public place. I can do whatever I want.
I'm just going to ask you to take a step back.
Well, you have no right to do that.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
You're in my space, and I'm going to ask you.
You're in my space. I'm not in your space.
Get out of our space.
I asked if we should arrest George Bush. They went crazy. I guess they like George Bush. Are you guys Republicans? Are you Republicans? Like, why do you not want to arrest George Bush? You know what? That sounds smarter than you do. So, do you think we should arrest George Bush?
This statue.
No answers on that? You don't know if we should arrest George Bush? You're not sure? You know, Michelle Obama called him her partner in crime. I think she was saying, let's arrest him. Are we arresting George Bush next? I hope so. He's guilty of war crimes. Do we care about that? So honest question, should we arrest George Bush?
Oh boy. Yeah, so I am so glad I was not around for that shit. I was thinking about going. Russell said he was going to go down there. I said, you know what? I've never met Russell in person. I'll go down there and go hang out with him. But nah, and I'll tell you why, Jimmy, because that cowbell and that bullhorn would have went places that they're not normally supposed to go, because the redneck in me would have emerged like this redneck Hulk, right? You know, it just like, instead of being green, I would have had like this big straw hat and like overalls just appear and, and then I'm like shoving, you know. We were talking about that Baker, the rectal thermometer in Baker. Yeah. So that's why I didn't go, Jimmy, because, violence doesn't solve anything, but, sometimes it feels good. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, yeah, those people were assholes. So,
they were definitely assholes. They definitely closed off Russell completely when it came to that. The only thing if I was there that I would have done that would have been a little bit different is just let those people know, hey, I'm on your side. I'm not against you. Like I'm a progressive. I would be considered a lefty too. Like I'm not here, to put you guys down. I'm here to see if there is, a consistency with what you guys are saying. If you're if you're doing this much for one guy who was our president, can you at least be a little bit consistent with the rest of the presidents who has done just as bad to, just at least the transgender, whatever, because they had rainbow flag, the LGBTQ community, I would have at least just let them know, like, hey, I'm on your side. And maybe there wouldn't have been like the wall there, because I feel like maybe they assumed that he was a conservative content creator and didn't want to give him the time of day. And so, yeah, but they shouldn't. I hate how closed-minded and stuff some of them are too, But like I always say, we've been at one side of the pendulum for so long. We're swinging really hard to the other side, and there's going to be this pushback and this back and forth until we find that comfortable middle ground where the collective conscious can agree on it. So,
yeah, I would have been violent. Anyway,
so that's the thing, is like, even when I do protest, like when I used to like organize protests years back, there were always anti-protesters, like, counter protesters to what we were doing. And they were usually like a lot of skinheads out here in California. And I was never allowed to go and talk to them because I was one of the organizers. And so we weren't allowed to give them any kind of acknowledgement, as organizers. Didn't want to rile them up and stuff. And I always thought to myself, like, why can't I go over there to them and be like, look, I'm not here to fight you. Like, we're human beings. We're on the same level. Of course, I don't agree with everything you're saying, but at least, I'm here to listen. And but they never wanted me to do stuff like that. And so I kind of just want to keep it consistent and like think of it even like in the complete opposite way too. Cause I know a lot of people in the LGBTQ community, and there is a lot of, otherisms, I wouldn't call it like a racism towards it, because it's not like against race, but like the people in like the trans community are very they can get very hated, like they can really hate on people that are not in the trans community. So I understand that part too. So it's hard trying to balance everything out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I would have shoved that bullhorn up that guy's ass. I am not even fronting about that. Seriously, you're a better person than me, Jimmy. You always have been. But I'm serious. I try to be as peaceful and considerate and kind to people as possible. But there gets to a certain point where bullhorns have to go in an anus. I'm just saying. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them on occasion. So, well, speaking of shit libs, Jimmy, they do need our help, because now it's official. They got to pay $8 if they want that check mark on Twitter. And, that, Jim's with me. He says, yeah, give that guy some extra bullhorn. Thanks, Jim. Jim knows what I'm talking about.
Twitter is
But-
just going downhill. I swear to God. Like, how many days now has the Doge dog icon been on Twitter? It's absolutely ridiculous. It's just turned into a circus. I swear.
It's I don't know. It's really just getting to the point where it's just why even
I know.
why even
And
bother
I
with this
just got
stuff?
into Twitter like within the last year or two. Really got
so
into
you're the
being
one
active on Twitter.
You fucked everything up, Jimmy. God damn it.
I did.
That's why we
I
can't have
did.
nice things. Well, we can help. We can help the shit libs, Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's something that you and I and thanks to the Babylon Bee here. If I can get this loaded up right, hang on just a second.
Yeah. Gotta love Google Slides.
I know, right? Especially when you're doing teeny tiny shit like this. Okay. One moment, please. But so, and I thought Babylon Bee did a hell of a job with this. This is so funny. I was watching this the other day, so I don't want to spoil anything. Let's watch this and take a listen.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Hi, I'm Farrah McRendelson. Will you be an angel for a helpless lib? Every day, innocent libs are ratioed, flamed, and even neglected. For just $8 a month, you can sponsor a liberal, providing them with a blue check, and more importantly, with hope. That's about the cost of one white chocolate low whip almond milk latte light froth, or 1 gallon of gas. Call now. Your donation will provide identity verification, all the benefits of Twitter Blue, and a newfound sense of self-worth to a poor, needy lib. Plus, you'll receive a photo and regular updates from your sponsored lib. Everyone knows the only people worth listening to are blue checks. Don't let a lib become an absolute waste of a human being. Browse our database of needy libs today. Please act now, because due to inflation, $8 will soon be worth $4, and then you'll have to pay $16. Right now, there's a lib who's in need, and you can help. Don't wait. Every minute, more libs fade into obscurity, and even though they are definitively rich enough to pay it for themselves, their liberal worldview dictates that you should be the one to shoulder the burden. It's the compassionate thing to do.
I want it. I want it.
It's okay. Elon Musk can't get you here. You're gonna stay verified. Look at what you're doing to her, Elon.
That's okay.
So if there was a famous lib that you could pay once a month to give them a check mark every, on Twitter, who would it be?
Oh, it would have to be my favorite. It's got to be Rob Reiner, because he's broke as a joke. Never made $1 in his life, and yeah, I can't finish that. That's some fucked up shit. We got some newbies here in the new tonight. VS Adams is here. Good to see you. We got Copeland Morris over on the Rockfin. Good to see you as well. And Tommy Nation Politics in the chat. Be sure to subscribe to his channel on YouTube. He's also streams on Facebook, I believe, too. Tommy Nation Politics. Good guy. He was on Extra Bulla a few weeks ago too. We had a great conversation. Nice young man from Texas, I believe. He's down there, Tejas.
Oh, Texas.
So yes.
Nice.
Our buddy Rick in the chat, I believe he's also Texas T himself.
All right.
So what do you think about that? Are you gonna get the checkbook out? You're gonna who you gonna sponsor?
Oh, I'm not sponsoring. I'm actually putting myself up as like a person that wants the check mark. Am I a shit lib enough to get it? Somebody gonna pay $16 a month to hook me up? I've only been on Twitter for a year, I can set some kind of Guinness record or something, right?
All right. Well, let's do the shitlib test. Let's see if you're a shitlib.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So first question is,
always vote Democrat. Did I get it?
No, you didn't say the phrase. So you got to say vote blue no matter who is what we were looking for. So that's okay. You can still redeem yourself. So who? Okay. So on a scale
Joe
of
Biden.
1, on a scale of 1 to a kajillion, with 1 equal to kajillion minus 1, how much do you hate Trump?
Oh man, I hate him with every inch of my being. I want to see him on a guillotine, arrested. Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know if you saw me, but I was one of those extras in the background of Russell's video behind the flag. Yeah.
I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling the hatred. I don't smell bile through the internet like I do with a real shitlib. I don't know how that works because it's not smell-o-vision, yet I can smell bile from people like Rob Reiner and Stephen King, you know.
Well, then you need to get me some other position in your cabinet because I'm not working as a Fed very well then.
Well, in my cabinet, everyone is well fed because we eat and we spy on people and take away your civil liberties. That's what we do, all in a day's work.
I only spy on people that I want to know what they look like. That's it.
When you want to know what they look like, are you like peeking? Are you doing this? Are you peeking around corners? Is that how that works?
Yeah. I don't give up my secrets. Just know that if I meet you online and you only go by like a fake name with a fake picture, I'm going to find out what you look like.
Everyone who has a fake picture on Twitter is probably Candace Owens. I'm going to say that right now.
Or the AOC burner account. I think Lesbos got called an AOC burner account today.
Jewish space lasers.
Yeah, man. You don't want to get shot by those Jewish space lasers. Not on the Jesus waking up day. Come on. Well, you know, there's a cure for shit liberty, and it's called fuck around and find out. So in France, they they call him macaroni over there, and macaroni said, "Oh, do you know I am going to fuck around so much? Look at me, I am fucking around." And so the French said, "Oh, really? Fucking around? Mm-hmm. Well, guess what?
I'm literally running off the French clout right now because my actual like maiden last name is Lejeune, which is French. So I'm French, y'all. I'm just waiting for America to, you know, get like angry enough to where, you know, we can start that out here in America. I've got the French blood.
I like French kissing. Although during the Gulf War, we called it freedom kissing. So
yeah, the French are fucking badass. They are goals right now. # goals.
This is French protesters at BlackRock headquarters. If you know, BlackRock pretty much owns like half the world. And this is what we should be doing in America. Let's check this out. So this is at the headquarters. They burned down Macron's favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
They've just been out in the streets for days. And these fuckers, they got like flares and flags, and they just like, you know, the old schoolers would say, "Oh, the French are weak. The Germans just rolled over them in WW2." And it's like, well, the French ain't fucking weak anymore, pal.
Right. Maybe they just didn't want to get involved. They were like, I'd rather sit here and smoke my cigarette than do this. But they're like, fuck with me though. You crossed the line.
Gamer says French are based. I would smoke a blunt with them.
For real.
They would say, "Oh, mon frère, you see, Mr. Gamer, would you like to smoke the marijuana with us?" Oh, that's my. It sounds like a really cigarette smoky Pepe Le Pew is basically. Hey, Jacob, good to see you. Jacob says, never been more proud to be half French.
Same. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The French are awesome.
I know. So this is them in the headquarters. And this initially started with them raising the retirement age, I think, 2 years. And they said, no, fam. And then all of a sudden they said, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to go all out. So, yeah, I love the French, man. That is just some wild shit right there. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I know they did that over 2 years from 62 to 64. And I think our retirement age here is 67 and we don't do jack shit.
Yeah, it's I think Roger Meadows, you've probably seen him in a lot of chats and stuff. I'm in a New York group with him in a group chat, and he was talking about how they raised it to 67 here in New York if you were born after 1978. So I think if you were they grandfathered it, no pun intended, for people who were born before then. So I guess it's still 65 for them.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's still a year past what France is literally rioting over. So
yeah, I mean, we should be doing that here. But you know, our police are just like the military. You know, they have like too many weapons. And I was listening to Marcus and Chris talk about this on Political Matrix tonight. It's like you want to go in and like see if you can defend yourself against the government. Good luck. They got nukes. You know, they got Bubba up in the hills does not have nukes. You might have like an AR-15 or something like that, but you know, that's the thing, and that's the fear. That's why people don't get out in the streets. Well, part of it is apathy. They don't think that anything's wrong with their lives, you know, because they're being lied to and they believe the lies. Or they're just like afraid that, you know, they're going to get murdered by their own police. And that has happened. So, you know, it's not an unwarranted fear. So, but kudos to the French for doing that. And like I said, hopefully that spills over here in America. But we are a much bigger country, geographically speaking. We're very spread out, and the country's so big, we have different regions with different dialects and stuff like that. So, you know, it's not as closed off as it's not as small and more compact like France is. So, but maybe, Jimmy, Canada could take over the world, right? You brought a little something tonight. You want to talk about it?
Okay, so there's this guy on YouTube that does like these world life simulator things. So you give certain countries certain things and then you just watch it happen and see what happens. And so I really enjoy this one because when we imagine Canada as like this really nice place that would never harm a fly. You know, they're the really nice people that just want to be friends with everybody. So this guy on this video here decided to give Canada like all the nukes, like all the military power, just like way more than all the other countries combined, and kind of just waited around and saw what happened. So this is a video about what if Canada had like the largest military in the world, what would happen? And it's hilarious.
Alright, so we're back with the only game where Canada is represented appropriately. It's Power and Revolution 2019. So last time, we ended up nuking Canada with the United States, and it was a very sad day. Today, it's Canada's turn. Actually, I really want to see something over to the world simulation, damn it. What would Canada do if it had effectively limitless power? I've created a little scenario here that I really want to see. I've given Canada effectively the equivalent of like $16 bajillion. Their military force is the most powerful in the entire universe. But what would Canada do if they had limitless power and the rest of the world had slighted them in the way the United States did? I don't know what's gonna happen, but I can tell you, I set up what Canada can possibly do, and I'd move my ass over there and apply for citizenship right now. So we're gonna be watching this from the outside. I'm just gonna pick Uganda. Honestly, I don't wanna be anywhere near Canada. It's easier to break an atom than a prejudice. Albert, you're about to watch Canada break the freaking game. Welcome everyone to Uganda, the one place that may be out of the talon's reach of Canada. Let me guys show you something. 3.7 billion people now live in Canada. Do you see that number? That's the number of enlisted army people. Did Canada need 1 million nuclear weapons? Probably not, but I thought it would be funny. As would be expected, Canada has now declared war on the United States of America. I could picture right now Canada sending the United States like some papers of submission and just being like, you guys are probably gonna wanna sign this. Do you see these? These are Canadian tanks over here. Do you see these numbers over the Canadian tanks?
They're bringing maple syrup.
So
and
it looks like there may be a little bit of a scuffle over here. Canada already starting to roll into the United States. I'm not expecting things to go too well for the U.S. Everything looks pretty peaceful so far. Never mind, the peace didn't last too long. Okay, the United States is starting off really strong. They've actually rolled into Montreal, and I think they're over here in Ottawa too. Okay, that didn't last too long. Canada hasn't even done anything, and the United States just pulled the hell out. So Canada has begun to respond over here, and it ain't pretty, okay? Canada is blasting its way into the United States. Oh man, they're like going straight for Boston. Missiles are legit just flying everywhere. It is complete and utter chaos. The United States is sending like everything they have to Boston and Manchester because Canada came in hard and dropped the hammer.
Situation is critical.
I don't care, Jeff. Canada has taken over Manchester. Canada now owns Manchester. Canada's just hammering Boston. Oh my god. Yep. There comes Canada into Boston. The Canadian train is moving, and there ain't no brakes. They're going straight for Providence. Special issue. Immediately drove the head of state to a national square, absolutely deserted, to execute him in the proper manner. God, I'm not even a part of what's going on over here, and I'm losing heads of states. Down here in Manchester, Canadian rule has just taken over. Canadian tanks are starting to move into Boston. Everyone who's smart is getting the hell out of their way because the entire city is on fire right now. Logan International Airport is now known as Tim Hortons National Airport. Canada strikes yet again. I don't know where the tanks are going next. There goes a friggin' rocket. Just Bridgeport. Great. Over on this side of the country, Canada seems very intent at getting a hold of Detroit. Canada is now beating the crap out of Washington. Like, was that a plane that just flew into It kind of looked like a Canadian plane just flew into Washington. I don't even know anymore. It's a chilly 47.2 degrees over in Washington, with a 100% chance of Canada whipping that ass. Well, Washington is now owned by Canada. As we can see, Canada has currently just cut a swath into the United States. Oh, Canada is all over the United States. I mean...
Now, you know, I could see Canada actually taking over the United States at this point.
I know, same.
We are so feckless right now. It's just insane.
They are all up in the United States' business. Look at how low they are. This is now Canada. Canada now wants a piece of Egypt. Canada wants a piece of Cuba, Iran. I think Canada is actually trying to take over the world. Spain versus Canada now. Everyone in the entire planet fears Canada. Like, gravely fears Canada.
Well they
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I don't even care. Because quite honestly, there's not going to be any hostages left to take because everything's going to belong to Canada by the end of the year. So over here in Cuba, they decided to piss off Canada. And Canada, I don't think that Canada has responded quite yet. They're going to have to like send some fleets down here. But there's Miami. It ain't too far. Okay, Canada is starting to send out some gunboats over here Cuba is responding. The smoke and the fire has begun. Canada, shooting the big guns, looking to take over Cuba, and I don't think they're gonna have much difficulty. Is this a tank just, like, hanging on the water? It is. It's just driving across the water.
Now, see, this is why the Bay of Pigs failed, because they didn't have amphibious tanks to roll into Cuba like the Canadians. Of course, the Canadians, very high tech.
Yeah, I mean, you give them like a bajillion dollars, of course.
Yeah, well, it's the maple syrup. It does it. What's up, Ghost Art? Good to see you.
That's right.
Because why not? All right, the tanks have loaded up on the ship over here. They too are going to be moving. Okay, Cuba is currently bombing the Canadian boat because the second this boat lands on Cuban soil, I think it's going to be a pretty bad day. All right, the Canadian tanks are hanging out, just trying to get a little look at what Havana is like. And by look, I mean they're bombing it. Okay, Canada is really pissed off. Like, Cuba kind of repelled one of the attacks, and now they're just sending everything. Libya v. Canada.
Poor Cuba.
Why Libya? Why? Is this one single Jeep? Like, just one vehicle? I mean, are they gonna let them go? Are they just gonna surrender? Oh, they're just kind of walking past. See, Canada, they're not bad people. Wow, it is just a mess over here in the water. There are rockets and gunfire and just... It's chaos.
Cuba's giving them a fight.
Absolute chaos. Cuba is just sending everything they have. Look at all the ships that Cuba has. They are just everything is coming out of every single military base trying to save themselves from the wrath of Canada. The battle has been raging on for 62 days. This is how many people are killed so far. Canada is all over Cuba right now. I think Cuba is just running out of men to throw into this combat. Canada just took over Santa Clara. Cuba is just firebombing it to death. Right now it's down to 247,000 people. There's a friggin' hurricane hitting over here right now. In between all of this insanity, there's now a hurricane. Canada is pissed.
Oh
I don't
God.
even know what kind of tank this is. This is like something out of frickin' some sort of future movie. Canada 2030, baby. Again, going straight for Havana. Looks like Cuba took Havana back. Apparently Canada got pissed off at the British Virgin Islands as well. Another friggin' hurricane. Canada has taken over Cuba. Oh God. Canada has decided now to invade Mexico. This entire continent is going to be owned by Canada. I always knew that Canada didn't take any crap. You guys told me that this is how it was. They were all just biding their time. And now I see the truth. Canada, wielding the power of the gods, is just driving straight into Mexico. I'm talking like a hot knife through butter. Mexico's getting split in half, and flex tape ain't gonna fix it because that city is on fire. Fort Sam Houston is in range of these other cities, and it is just bombarding the crap out of them. There goes a Canadian helicopter. I don't even know what they were doing. All right, Mexico's responding big time, but Canada has some enormous size guns. I'm talking like Viagra has been given to every single piece of military equipment that Canada has. On a side note, Uganda is currently in like $106 million in debt. But again, at least I'm not getting firebombed by Canada. Canada's just walking through all of these tanks. It's not even fair. Like, that's not even a tank. That's something out of Star Wars. Okay? This is like Command and Conquer level stuff over here. And Canada is commanding and conquering. They're just leaving a hail of skulls wherever they go. It's like one of the Terminator movies. I just picture Canadians with like a coffee in their hand as they gleefully step across the skulls of everyone who opposed them. Just the broken, slowly degrading skulls of their enemies. All right, we got a whole school of Mexican vehicles rushing in here. Well, there was a whole school of them. They're gone now. Mexico just got completely overtaken by Canada. In fact, this is now the, it's like the Canadian capital down here now. Greenland. Canada has gone to war with Greenland. Why? There's nothing. Canada, why? Canada is sending in a helicopter over here. What kind of a military does Greenland even have? They have nothing. Like, there's nothing here at all. Soldiers. 10. This helicopter just took over Thule. Like one helicopter. It was all they needed, I guess. Oh, Canada discovers the stem cell reproduction. I'm not surprised, considering they own half of the entire planet right now. You know, there's a lot of climate differences over here in Canada. Everything from the very, very cold to the beautiful tropics. This dude wants a meeting with us. Yeah, if you have any intent on opposing Canada, I ain't touching that. So you can go to hell. Canada now owns Greenland. Canada rules. Game over, that's all it says. Like, Canada went to war across the world and it just devastated everything. It took everything from Mexico to Greenland. Why Greenland, Canada? Why would you do such a thing? I think the problem was in the last episode, Canada got bombed and Greenland didn't step up. I really don't know. But I guess they just kind of looked from a distance, and Canada never forgets. So now Canada rules the world. Congratulations, Canada. And hey, folks, hope you enjoyed this episode of Power and Revolution 2019. Until the next time, folks, stay foxy.
Was it Power Revolution 2019? So yeah, it's a couple of years old, the video, but still, that was some fun stuff.
Yeah. What Power and Revolution 2019 edition? Yeah.
Power and Revolution. Okay.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Canadians, you know, there was this thing called Canadian Nice, and Canada not so nice anymore since they're pretty much offering.
It's just
people
good
the
to see. Yeah, it's good to see like a whole country that's supposed to be based off of like nice culture just take over the entire world like any other country would do. So ironic. I love it.
This is the same country that also does euthanasia too. So they're like, hey, not feeling too good, forget about it, we'll take you out, you know, if you like. Like those what was the suicide booths on Futurama? You put a quarter in, you go in and then kill yourself. Those are coming.
Right.
The Futurama suicide booths are coming. So so we have that was some fun stuff. We have some more fun stuff coming up too. Our friends from Solid JJ have another cartoon, and Jimmy, this is probably right up your alley since you're into the dark humor. This one is with the Taskmaster, and the Taskmaster, I've never heard of the Taskmaster, but apparently it's this villain that can mirror people's fighting skills. So like if Captain America was coming at him, he could like dodge everything and stuff. So anyway, in this episode of Solid JJ, which you can find on the YouTubes, all the links for these videos are down below in the description too. So if you missed it or you want to watch it a little later, find out more from these folks, please do. It's good stuff. So this is the Taskmaster taking on, I think, part of the Avengers. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to see how this works out. So may God have mercy on our souls. Hopefully this works.
Wise up, Taskmaster. It's the two of us against the one of you.
Just try it, pal.
It could be two of you or the whole damn team. I'll still come out on top.
Don't say I didn't warn you, pal.
What? Forget how this works in your old age, Cap. I can mimic any fighting style I see. You couldn't lay a finger on me if you tried.
That's so? Damn, he wasn't kidding.
Face it, Avengers. There's nothing you can do that I can't. Quit while you're ahead.
Let's test that theory. Am I glad to see you two?
No matter. I'm not scared.
Careful, you two. He can copy whatever you throw at him.
I'd like to see him try. Unless you made a rubber friend, I believe it's time you come quietly before anybody gets...
Oh, no. See? You ain't nothing. Come on, you pansy.
No, stop doing that. What are you even doing?
Pussy.
That's not even how my power works. What is the point? What do you achieve?
You see? Yet another hero too afraid of the master of combat.
I don't understand it. We just call you jaywalking.
And I do it again.
I'm spinning it now.
Now come on. Who's brave enough to take me on? and there ain't nothing in this world I can't dispatch. Come on! Come on!
Jesus.
Hey, that's your bag, lady. You know.
I love it. I'm here for it.
That was some pretty fun stuff.
Just breaks his own arm. Starts spinning it around.
So solid. Yeah, I know. You just. He was like, you were just jaywalking, and I do it again.
Do it again. Spinning his broken arm.
I know, right? Just when that came down the pike a couple of days ago, I was just crying the first time I watched it, especially when we did the.
Oh, bad.
I got the vapors. So today, my buddy Jose Vega he mentioned something. He said, "You know what I'd like to see is this particular video from I think it's Funny or Die," and he wanted to. He said he compared it to the way the United States was denying how they weren't involved with the Nord Stream pipeline explosion, right? And how comically obvious it was that the United States did it. Me? No. Well, you said you were going to do it. No, I didn't say that. No, Joe Biden said it's going to get done. Oh, no, he was, And so we put this little thing together today, and it's only like a minute long, so hopefully you'll enjoy this.
Okay.
Is everyone okay? What happened? Did anyone see? Someone drove a hot dog-shaped car through the window.
Driver's gone. Somebody call the cops. We need to find that driver.
They could have killed someone.
Whose car is this? Yeah, come on. Whoever did this, just confess. We promise we won't be mad.
What?
Well, close our eyes, just take your car and get out of here.
Sir, that's clearly your car.
Wrong.
Someone call the police.
Yeah, that's one idea. Or we could work as a team, find out whoever did this and punish him ourselves. Maybe take his bare butt out of his costume and spank him. Maybe you could do it, sir.
Not gonna happen.
Okay, you.
No.
Well, one of us is gonna have to do it.
No one's getting spanked.
You know what's driving me nuts? It could literally be any one of us. Ooh.
No, it couldn't. You're dressed like a hot dog.
So is that guy.
Oh, no.
So yeah, that was Jose Vega's idea, and
that's a good one. I've never seen that show or anything. I don't know where that's from.
I'm always down for the comedy. So when he asked he said, "Could somebody help me out with this?" And I said, "Sure, I'll step up. I got nothing better to do." That's the way I do it. That's the kind of hero I am. It's like I don't do things to help people. I just do it because I got nothing better to do. So, yeah. So thanks to Jose for hooking that idea up. Very fun guy. If you don't know who Jose Vega is, please, you need to check him out. Check him out on Twitter. And he's usually one of the cats that's out there yelling and screaming at politicians at these town halls. He's so good. Him and his crew, just top shelf. You know, that's the way we should be. We should be just. I think he was recently. He was at something where Nancy Pelosi was. He called her a miserable old drunk or something like that. I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
Damn. You stupid. He's good people.
And then they get kicked out for it. Like, I thought freedom of speech was supposed to be for even dissenting voices, but, can't, mess up decorum. So
freedom
stupid.
for me, not for thee, Jimmy. That's the way these people were. I mean, well, you saw the people at the beginning on Russell's video. They were just, you know, with the cowbell and that thing is just there's just no sad old drunk. Yes, thanks, Anthony. She was a sad old drunk. Yeah, he's so great. It's just you can't get through these people. You really can't. It's like some of the people on the right, some of the MAGA people that are just like, you know, Trump can do no wrong. It's just, these cults, man. They just make me ill in the tum-tum. So, you know, but like I said, there's good people out there like Jose, doing the Lord's work, as it were. So, we have another video here. This, now I've never heard of this, Jimmy. This is the guys on the roof video.
Yeah.
What you want to say what this is?
So the audio is very viral. The audio is like all over TikTok. It used to be on Vines, and it's like really, really famous. Everybody knows it. It's like the hey, what's your name? Tony. What's your name? Ezekiel. And then he's like, fuck you, Tony. So somebody finally, I don't know, I've never seen the original video for it, and the shit is like, I didn't know there was even more to like the audio than just like the regular fuck you, Tony, and then that's it, you know, and all of that. So this is like somebody found the original video and posted it up on YouTube. I'm so excited. This is the fuck you, Tony original video.
This is the OG. What's up, Marcus? Marcus in the chat. He was on earlier.
What's up, Marcus?
Chris with the Political Matrix, also the host of Thinking with Young Morpheus. But everybody in the chat knows these guys, so. But make sure if you're not subscribed to both of those channels, because Marcus was really cool. He was on Mundus Ultra this past Sunday, and we had a blast talking about all the weird stuff in the Bible. So looking to get him back on, maybe get him on as a regular feature on Mundus Ultra. So love Marcus. He's good folks. So anyway, let's check out this video. This is on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
No, wait, no, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
What is your name? Tony! Fuck you, Tony! What's your name? Ezekiel! Fuck you, Ezekiel! Fuck you! Fuck you! Hey, you know what I did last night? You better not bring my mother into this! You know what I did? You better not! I built that fire over there! Oh! And I fucked your mother next to it! Fuck you, Ezekiel! Fuck you!
I love that part. He's like, you know what I did last night? You better not bring my mom into this. I built that fire over there. Oh, and then I fucked your mom right next to it.
I love that, man. I mean, I'm one of these people, I don't trust anybody who doesn't curse. So,
yeah,
you know.
That audio is so viral. It used to get all over the place, and usually it was like the audio would be against like a dog and a cat across the street from each other, or two dogs across the street from each other looking at each other all mean and stuff, and then that would be the audio that plays in the background. So it was cool to see the actual video from it, and then there was like even more with the fire and the fucked your mom next to it. That shit was hilarious. I haven't seen that part before the original just came out. It's just so funny.
Yeah, see, Jimmy is our viral expert here on the show. I tend to stay away from trends because I'm not hip, so I'm more hip replacement. So Kitty, I see Kitty in the background.
I know.
So
dizzy.
You know, we need like we need like a little animation whenever one of your cats comes on, that like a little kitty just walks across the screen and you just see her kitty, and then the cat walks away.
What's funny is you can see her butt, but I got Burton's like literally right over here. Like you can see there, yeah, Burton's right here. So I got kitties on each side of me right now.
Ass to ass. You got
That's
bookend
right.
asses, they're cat asses.
That's right. Little kitty booties.
You know what? if it wasn't a tragedy, you should get awards for a cat ass trophy. You get
That's
it?
right.
Cat ass trophy, catastrophe.
That's right.
Cat ass. Okay. That was not good.
That was good.
Sad face. Yeah, it's good enough.
That was good.
All right.
That was good enough.
We got a chock full show tonight, so we got to move on. We got to talk about a little bit about Matt Taibbi being on Mehdi Hassan's show this week, and what a clown Mehdi Hassan is. He's it's just so palpable how much he's a sycophant for his corporate masters and the government and whatnot. So our buddy Turncoat Don on the YouTubes, be sure to subscribe to his channel as well. He does excellent editing work on there, and so he has a series of videos that he calls If Words Were Violence. And so this week proverbially Mehdi Hassan gets his ass handed to him by Matt Taibbi. So let's check this out real quick. This is Turncoat Don.
Doing PR work for the world's richest man.
So you started off as I expected with the whole "what happened to you, man" routine. Well done. This is essentially an organized system of quasi-state censorship. The ordinary person can't just call up Twitter and have something taken off Twitter. Every time they make a request to Twitter, they're doing what you're arguing. They're making the argument that, oh, we're not actually asking, this isn't censoring. That first batch of files resulted in the firing of Twitter's general counsel. I was the first person who reported that Donald Trump made requests and had them honored on Twitter. They're talking about their two-phase system in the document.
Because,
wait a minute.
as I say,
wait a minute.
people
Quote me directly if you're going to do this. Quote me directly. You're arguing that this information was not in the public interest, that I somehow shouldn't have done this story that I'd worked hard on because Elon Musk tweeted something. The hilarity of this coming from MSNBC, which did nothing but vomit up fake Russiagate stories that came straight from the FBI for 6 consecutive years that you guys still haven't apologized for. I don't watch the Mehdi Hassan show. This stuff is clearly in the public interest. It's real, it's true, and I'm doing the best I can to report it. These stories are going to hold up over the test of time, unlike your Russiagate story. On this issue, they're giving oxygen to something that I think is important, that I think a lot of people is important. If Jim Jordan wants me to come talk in front of Congress, I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to answer questions. If I'm wrong about something, I'm happy to answer that too. The idea that I'm committing some kind of a capital offense by testifying in Congress about my own reporting, answering questions factually, and meeting these people is ridiculous.
You seem to think the Democrats, not the Republicans, are a big threat to speech, and I just don't see it. I wish we had more time to get into that.
Democrats
but we spent a lot of time.
Are you crazy?
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
Yeah, so
there are some like solid talking points in there that he said that I haven't even heard yet. If you just watched the Mehdi Hassan videos on Twitter that he released, there was a lot of stuff in there that Taibbi said that I didn't even realize he said.
Yeah, it was, and then that was the thing but somebody mentioned this too, that, this wasn't Mehdi Hassan and his infinite knowledge of what's going on. Of course, they had like a whole team of like producers and associate producers behind the scenes trying to nitpick. And it turns out like I think he got a date wrong and he misspelled some
he got a date wrong by 2 years. He miscalculated how many people were tagged for misinformation, like Russian misinformation. And then he added an extra letter to like CISA instead of CIS, things that could get fixed, which I think afterwards he ultimately did delete those and fix those on Twitter. So what was the whole point of Mehdi Hassan bringing him on to MSNBC for the first time about Twitter files if that's all you're going to do? It was literally just as stupid as watching whatever the curly-haired politician ladies and Debbie Wasserman Schultz calling him a so-called journalist and saying that he's getting cherry-picked information. It's just the Democrats going against real journalism when journalism is actually happening, just like what they're doing to, what they've done to Julian Assange, what they've done to Edward Snowden and Chelsea Manning and all the rest of them. Unless it benefits them, which is like Russiagate, which wasn't even anything real anyway. It was like fake stuff from the FBI that just made it seem like it was real. They'll go on for years about that. But real journalism, they don't give a shit about. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, and the mistakes that were made didn't detract from the overall message that yes, the three-letter agencies were in cahoots with Twitter to censor people. I mean, that happened. We know that happened. That it's all the proof is there. And it's just this desperate attempt because the mainstream media does not want the Twitter files to gain traction with the normies. Like in our space, in the independent news and independent media space, yes, we know all this stuff, but you go to, you talk to some of your friends who aren't on Twitter or who don't do the social media or whatever, all they do is listen to either Fox News or MSNBC or CNN, they're going to hear a totally different story, So it's just, I wish we could drag more people kicking and screaming into independent media because that's what I try to do. I've been trying to do that for years on Facebook, and that is just a fool's errand right there, which everybody knows Facebook is like meme hell. So it's just mostly like old people and that are just, like I said, they're going to watch their Fox News or they're going to watch MSNBC, and they are not going to listen to anything else. It is just disgusting, and it's sad, and frankly, I can't wait for those dinosaurs to become extinct, because I kind of dig the newer generations. They got a little more common sense, I'd like to think. Some of them are batshit crazy, don't get me wrong. They're not all winners, but a lot of them got their head right, and that gives me a little bit of hope. So
yeah.
What doesn't give me hope though is our poor history of treating people badly, and you brought this in about right after World War II, the what the British soldiers went through. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so just showing, not just U.S. imperialism, but pretty much like Western white people imperialism, their culture, what they put even our own people through. So there was a document. This video is just a small tidbit of a documentary that I had watched a while back, and it had to do with the World War II, after World War II, Vietnam War, all that stuff. And this was something that had stuck in my head for a really long time, and I had found it on TikTok, just this section. I was so excited. So this is UK soldiers back in those times were taken out onto a ship and were told to sit there while they exploded a nuclear bomb right next to them to test to see what would happen to the human body. And so this is kind of these soldiers that are the few that are still alive from this, talking about their experience of a nuclear bomb. And I figured this was really cool to show because, with the World War III in the palm of our hand right now and nukes, all this fear and stuff. This is kind of like, what could be our reality if we keep this up. So
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We were told nothing. We knew nothing. We were told very little about the day, except don't look at the flesh.
Can you describe the day that the nuclear bomb was dropped?
And just before the sun comes up, we were marshalled in groups.
I went out on the aircraft carrier, the Warrior, and we was told to face the stern of the ship, the back of the ship.
We were told to cover our eyes with our hands or bury your eyes into the crook of your arm, which we did.
To say it was frightening is an understatement. I think it shocked us all into silence. When the flash hit you, you could see the x-rays of your hands through your closed eyes.
It was just sheer brilliant light. So I've never seen anything like it, never had done.
In the process of hands over your eyes, you saw every bone in your hand.
If I was looking at you now, I would see all your bones. You would see all the blood vessels and everything of the bones a lot.
Then the heat hit you, and that was just as if somebody my size had actually caught fire, then walked through me. It was an experience that was absolutely unearthing. It was so strange.
Some of the lads would stand up, but about 30 odd seconds later, you'd get the blast, and the blast would knock you flying.
And there were guys with bruises and broken limbs. We couldn't believe it.
After a while, we were told that we could now stand and look up and watch the mushroom form.
You caught sight of it at 90 degrees. It was that huge. It wasn't there, it wasn't there, it was there. It was practically above you.
All they saw was this rising fireball, a colossal fireball just going up, and thunder, lightning, you name it.
What I noticed most was the clouds moving away like that. You know, round and round and round.
I think it was too much for some of them, and some of them would cry and ask for their mum. That was awful.
There was no comprehension that anything like that could even exist. It was immense.
It's a sight to see, but never want to see it again.
Over a 10-year test period, there were 22,500 personnel. In 2013, we estimated that 18,500 of us had died. And the reports that I'd seen, nobody had died practically of natural causes. They all died of leukemias and cancers and carcinomas of one sort or the other. And for a government to do that to its own people is absolutely disgraceful. It's outrageous.
So sad. It's so crazy to me. Like, can you even imagine that? Like, experiencing that, closing your eyes and still being able to see the bones of not only yourself, but the person next to you while your eyes are closed because it's so bright. It's wild. You know, I don't know if you ever did this as a kid or whatever, because I don't know. But when I was younger, I would get like the flashlight. You ever put like the flashlight through your fingers and you can see through your fingers? Yeah, it's like that, but being able to close your eyes and see everybody's bones through their entire bodies. It's like the flashlight through the finger times a bazillion. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's like several times brighter than the sun. And
yeah.
It to do that to your own people.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You know, I don't know too much about like critical race theory or anything like that, but I do know that we should be teaching people the real history of the United States. We are not the greatest country on the planet by far.
Right.
Right.
Well, that's what's crazy is like that's part of UK history. Where do we ever hear in our history books that the UK exploded a nuclear bomb on their own soldiers to test it out? We don't. We only hear
Right.
about Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and that's it. Oh, America hit 2 bombs on Japan, and those are the only people that are bad, not realizing that there's multiple Western countries that bomb ourselves all the time. Did at least.
Yeah, Mance was right. It is easy to imagine that a government would do that.
Yeah.
Today, yes, definitely. If you would have
Yeah.
said that to me like maybe 20 or 30 years ago, I would have said, nah, I mean, the government does some shady stuff, but they wouldn't do that. And this is Britain. So God knows what the United States has done to its own people. I mean, you know, you had the Tuskegee experiments. That, I mean, that in and of itself was just a horrible nightmare for those young men that went
Yeah.
through that, you know, and then you throw in all the other factors of greed and just sickness that permeates through our society, through these leaders, and that we allow them to do these kind of things, you know. And so, well, we didn't know about these things, these are all in secret, but we know they're doing secret shit, right? If we know they're doing one thing that's horrible in secret, we know they're doing other things in secret. And you know, that kind of scares me a little bit to think about that, right? I mean,
Yeah, I kind of lost hope in how our system treats the people when there's this book, I think it's called Bodies, I believe, and it's a book about what happens to your body when you make yourself off as a donor, when you put the little donor sticker on your ID, and what happens to your body afterwards, and what the government has done to some donors before. It's pretty brutal after that. I was like, oh, okay, that's what they do to like corpses, American corpses. I'm good. I'm way good. I lost all hope.
Well, you know, we like to bring the funny here at the show. So
oh yeah, because that was so funny.
There's nothing funnier than depravity.
Exactly,
our,
Mr. H. Say no to the donor sticker. Say no to the donor sticker.
Mr. H.
Yes.
Miguel with such prestige there. Sorry, Miguel. I'm just calling you Miguel. No, Mr. I'll call you head honcho maybe, but I'm not going as far as saying Mr. So there's this thing, this creepy pasta thing called the Backrooms, right?
Yes.
And I've seen some of these videos, and they're just kind of out there.
I know.
What did you bring us here, Jimmy?
So this is a video of somebody who actually really did a good editing job to make it look like the Backrooms in real life. So if you've never heard of what the Backrooms are, so if you've ever played video games and you've accidentally glitched through the map to where you're under the map or outside of the map, usually that's what they call the Backrooms. Now, when you have that happen in real life, the creepypasta story about that is once you get stuck or you glitch out into the back room in real life, they're never ending rooms and all kinds of different areas that you have to get through that lead to different areas. Most people, actually everybody, has gotten lost in the back rooms. And so just to kind of imagine that it could be real, because I know when I play video games and I get glitched out like outside of the maps, it scares the shit out of me. Like I feel like I am not supposed to be doing this. This is really freaky. So to find out that there's like this, creepypasta of in real life back rooms, I thought was really, really cool. And it's hard for me to imagine how how you would encounter a back room by accident. And so this video kind of really shows a way to experience an in real life back room.
One of our producers here, Velvet Trance, is in the house. He said, horribly late. I missed almost all the fun. Just want to say hi to my favorite bunch of people. Well, you came just at the right time. I know this is right up your alley.
Yeah.
This kind of creeped me out a little bit too. So let's check this out.
crazy.
See, now I thought this was glass at first and like a reflection, but then you look and you're like, no. But just to pay attention to how things kind of change once this person goes in here. Right? Looks kind of normal, right? But then you get in.
And then silence, like this deafening silence. Oh, it's so scary.
And look how everything's distorted.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, so like the further you walk in, the more your real life view of what it was goes away and you start to enter the back rooms of real life. Oh, it's so crazy. If I could imagine the back rooms in real life, this is what it would be for sure. That is terrifying to me. Just that deafening silence too. Oh, I love it.
Just horrible.
Yeah.
I
said this is how you get to platform 9 3/4. Harry Potter joke. Love it.
Oh, you're right. Because of the wall, that wall thing that they have to go through. Yeah, that's some fucked up shit, yo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you ever been in a backroom situation yourself?
Like in video games, I've been glitched outside of the maps and I feel so fucking wrong for being in it. Like I don't feel really right at all. I do have like my Fortnite game has like all these other games in it and there's actual like escape rooms where it's like backroom escape room games. I cannot play them. I end up getting lost completely. So yeah, I would not last in a back room. Probably not.
I don't think so. I don't think I would either. I'm not into that kind of shit myself. Cause
it's scary.
It is, And then there's like creatures in there too or something, like lurking around the corners that are trying to get you. But like how you get into one, like I've seen videos of like somebody will be just standing somewhere and then all of a sudden the camera will fall through the floor and then you'll see this, the tilted image of the camera and again the person picks it up and then they're in this empty space. If you've seen that TV show on Apple called Severance, that's a good example of back rooms. It's just this, so not to give away the premise of the show so much, but they work in this place where it's like 4 people and they work in this huge like space, this huge layout. And it's just their little like cubicles right there, 4 people. And the halls are so long and winding that they have to draw maps to get to their office and to other places in the building. It's a really good show. I highly recommend it. If you have like Apple, I guess was it Apple Plus or whatever it is, their streaming service, that it's on there. And it has one of the people from Parks and Rec on there. I can't remember the guy's name, but yeah. And then there's a guy on there that looks like Reef Breland too, which is kind of odd. The first time I watched it, I said, holy shit, that's Reef Breland. But it's like, no, it wasn't him. It was somebody that looked like him. But it's a good show. I highly recommend it. Tell your friends. If you don't have any friends, I'm sorry, I can't help you out there. But yeah, that was fun. That was so
stuff. Cool. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Like there's very few things in the world that get me legit terrified. And I know. I'm like, what are you showing right now? You trying to show the video again?
I know, right? I liked it so much I want to play it again. No, what happened is since it's Easter now, it's Easter on the East Coast and in the Central Time Zone and in the Mountain Time Zone. You still have an hour to go before Easter, Jimmy.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry to tell you. But this past Friday, this was Good Friday, and so there was a couple of Subway sandwich shops in England that said, you know what, we're gonna treat you right this Easter, and
So gross.
they did Subway launched bizarre cream egg sandwiches, right? So there's that shit. So Subway created a strange but delicious sounding sandwich for Easter this year. A sandwich full of Cadbury's cream eggs and melted, but customers will have to be quick as only 500 are available. So this was in England. I believe this was like in 4 cities in England. Let's see. The beauty of Subway is filling your sandwich with your favorite combinations, even if the rest of the world thinks it's rather odd. Whether you're a steak and cheese fan or create your own sub, you can mix and match until you find something you like. However inventive you may be with your Subway came out with a creation stranger than anything we customers could dream of: a cream egg melt. The extra special sub melt is full to the brim with Easter favorite treat, the Cadbury's cream egg, and toasted in a sub until all the chocolate and fondant melts. So here it is. Look at that. Now, okay, all right. Time out here for just a second. And I've been thinking about this. I think Gamer had to grab the barf bag. Oh, sorry, brother. Hey, at least it's late.
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody's done eating for the night. All right, so now I've heard that Subway's bread is not considered to really be bread. It's more like cake, right? I guess because of the sugar content in it or something. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, but who's going to eat Cadbury eggs with the bread that has the cheese and the jalapenos on it? It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's so gross.
I don't think that has that on there. I think it's just the eggs. I was thinking about that too. Like, you're going to put lettuce and jalapenos and banana peppers on there?
Right?
You know, that's a vomit sandwich right there. You don't want a vomit sandwich. But I think it's just Cadbury eggs, and they stuck it between 2 pieces of bread. Right.
Yeah, and then toasted it. Right.
Right. So now if the bread is already kind of sweet, then that might be okay. Right.
I've had the regular bread at Subway. It is not sweet. I don't understand where these people are getting this from.
Well, now this is in England, so that might be a little sweeter over there, you know, because we were joking before the show that, you know, that's why they have fucked up teeth, because they eating these sweet sandwiches.
Yeah.
They don't brush. They don't brush.
Right.
Okay.
I like what you sent. I like the retweet that you sent. The one where I think you said it was Bounty, right? That said, please say this is an April Fool's joke or something like that. Like the retweet from Bounty was better than seeing this shit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was pretty funny. The Bounty retweet. They replied to this tweet. They had Subway, or somebody had tweeted this on Subway, on Twitter. It may have been Subway themselves, and then Bounty paper towels of all people.
Right.
He said this better be April Fool's. So
yeah, for real.
So this was a limited edition, and it comes in a 6-inch Italian white bread sub, which the company describes as golden toasted on the outside and deliciously gooey on the inside, just like me. Just like me. Oh, baby, give me that sandwich. Them Cadbury egg Sammies. Oh, almonds. But they weren't selling it.
The awkward silence afterwards. I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, you like that?
Right.
So it was an extremely limited edition, and it was free, right? So they were giving these away. Apparently people weren't going to buy these. I bet you somebody would have bought this. If they would have said, you know, shut up and take my money, that meme would have came out. The cream egg melt was available for 1 day only on Good Friday, to customers for no cost at all. Slight catch for anyone wanting to try it. You'd have to get to one of only 4 stores in the country that were giving it away. So that was London, Liverpool, Swansea, and Glasgow were the chosen cities to get this gooey treat, and each restaurant had a limited number to give away, as only 500 of these melts were to be made. So there you have it.
Well, if it was free, I might try
Gross. It was.
If it was free, I might try it.
Shit's free. I don't know if you want to try that. Right? Here, have some poo. Who likes doo-doo?
If it's free. If it's free.
You're gonna eat. You're not gonna eat. Well, I wouldn't expect you to pay for shit, but I wouldn't expect you to eat free shit either. Come on. Don't be a shit eater. That's not fair. Anyway, we got Cynical said, I see that beard is coming back. Yes. It got cold again, so I had to bring it back a little bit. So, but it's gonna go away again. And then I will look like Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates once again. So, or Rick Astley, or random, that kid that was doing the IBM computer commercials back in the 80s, and he had this hair, and I think he had these glasses too. I'm not that kid grown up, by the way, so
no.
All you conspiracy theorists can drop that shit right now. I am none of those people. But yeah. So, Gamer said, I used to eat scrambled eggs. Eggs?
Oh.
Yes. Eggs. You know, sometimes he spills them on
deviled
his legs.
eggs. Those are my favorite.
Say the word begs.
The word what?
Begs. Like, I'm begging you.
I'm begging you.
What is that?
I'm begging you.
Begging? That never gets old.
Don't start. Don't start.
Delicious. Wait a minute. Once more. Eggs. Legs. Bags. You're welcome.
I don't know where it comes from.
I don't know where it's going. Miguel, yes, eggs. AYGS. That's how you spell eggs. Begging for
I swear,
bagels.
y'all made me more self-conscious in my own talk in the last year than I ever have in my entire life.
Jimmy, you know we think you're a sweetheart. So, and
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It's hilarious. I didn't even realize it. So.
I come from a long line of ribbers and kidders, right? So my old man used to say, if I didn't like you, I wouldn't even talk to you. So, but and he was always one of these people that always he liked to get as good as he gave, right? So we were always, that's where I get part of my sense of humor is from him. And it was funny because he married this woman later in life, and she almost divorced him because he would kid around with her a lot, and she didn't get a sense of humor. And so she said, I think he hates me. We're like, nah, he doesn't hate you. He's just an asshole. But he's a fun asshole. He's a good, yeah. And she was like, oh, he was just kidding? I was like, yeah, he's just fucking kidding. That's what he does. The dude kids. And she goes, oh, okay. So,
yep. I love it. I'm
marriage.
absolutely here for it. Joking and laughing and making fun of people and bagging on friends and stuff. That's my love language. So I'm here for it.
I'm a big fan of self-deprecating humor because if you can laugh at yourself, then as somebody else does it, it's like, get in line, pal.
Yep.
So
absolutely,
it's good to be humble. It's
just so funny because I never knew eggs and legs and stuff was like something that stuck out for me because I just say it my whole life. My family's from Oklahoma, so instead of the washing machine, it was the washing machine. So I spent so long trying to keep my R out of my ASHs for so goddamn long. I never realized that I had something like adding a Y into my words of like, EGs. So yeah, it's definitely different. It's cool. I've never realized it, but I'm here for it. I'll say it forever. Exactly.
Exactly. I think it's cute. I think it's very sweet. And I'm definitely not making fun of you. I'm making fun with you.
That's all right.
So I'm sure there's like some little idiosyncrasies about me that you probably chuckle about, that you just feel like you might hurt my feelings if you told me about. I mean, is there anything like weird about? Oh, there is. I know. You know what it is? You told me about the where I don't like. It's my radio training. I don't like dead air. I don't like gaps in conversation. So the comes out, and sometimes I'll throw a in there, but mostly it's in fact, we need to upgrade our merch and add some new stuff. So we could probably add a cup that just says we'll have one side that says what, and on the other side it says
I'm down.
So
That's awesome.
I'll take the hit on that. So
I love it.
Dave?
And what? My two favorite words when I was stripping.
And there you go.
Right.
And as a famous Jewish hip hop artist once said,
Schlepping through my shtetl on Ludlow Street, saw a shiksa with a tuchus too sweet for a sheet.
Damn right.
Jewish space lasers.
Well, it is Easter, and I think it's Passover too. So for all our Jewish friends out there, I don't know what you do for Passover. I don't know what Jewish people do. But all I know is Easter is the time for chocolate bunnies and getting the PAAS, the PAAS out, as we said earlier in the show, and dipping them eggs and making them colored. And be sure, this was the one thing my dad always told us. He said, look, I don't mind you hiding eggs out in the yard. If we're going to do an Easter egg hunt, that's fine. But you better find all the eggs. I don't want you leaving eggs out there because stinky poo. You don't want rotten eggs out on the lawn making that stank ass, right? So ST is here for the soundboard. Hello. Good. I'm glad we could help. So, I'm all about some throwing in some inappropriate audio. When
I think I might just make some deviled eggs tomorrow so I can have some.
You're gonna make some deviled eggs?
Yeah, just so I can have some deviled eggs because I love them so much. I think I might do that. Like the only thing of Easter that I really like is the deviled eggs.
I do like deviled eggs. Deviled eggs are really good.
Yeah.
It's Ed with the puzzling. Passover is when you ask the 4 questions. Question 1, why is the live stream different from other live streams? I don't know what that means, Ed. But Ed
how
likes
are we
to
different
speak in
than other
riddles.
live streams?
I don't know. We I don't think we're that different. We just talk about weird shit. And we're late. I don't think a lot of live streams go this late at night. Although it's not too late on your end.
No.
Was it
And
like
it's still-
11?
Yeah. 11:15.
11:15?
Yeah.
Rick says, my accent is all over the place. Texan with some Midwest, since my Mexican parents were both migrants, so spent time in both places. Yeah, I have. My accent is very weird because I lived 30 years in Mississippi, and you'd think I'd have me a little southern accent, a little bit like that, but my dad lived in Chicago. He's from the South. He didn't really have a strong southern accent either, because he moved up to the Chicago when he was in his 20s after World War II, and he lived there for several decades. Met my mom, who was from Detroit, so of course she didn't have a Southern accent. And then we moved down here when I was a little kid. So because they didn't have accents, I picked up their non-accent that they had. So it's very weird when people say, you're from the South? I'm like, yeah, I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I do say y'all a lot. I do like to say y'all. And I don't like it. I'm not saying that I'm prohibiting people from free speech, but I don't like non-Southern people saying y'all. That really
I
pisses
love
me off.
everyone saying y'all. I love it.
No, that
I'm
is
here for it.
That is FUBU. All right, that is for us by us. Okay, everybody forgets about FUBU. FUBU back in the day, best urban gear on the planet. Yeah, people say y'all. I'm just like, no, you didn't earn that. You did not earn that. So, Texas, I give it to Texas. But you don't get any further west of Texas, then you're just a poser. So, yeah. Yeah, Miguel's right.
Gamer says he lives in Northern California and has no accent. Are you kidding me? Have you ever heard of that's hecka cool or that's hella cool? Northern California's lingo is like reminds me of a mixture of like Minnesota and Canada. It's so fucking goofy.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're starting to get into the Northwest there, and up in Oregon and
cool.
Washington
That's
State.
so hecka cool.
Yeah, like I listen to like Shonda and Oz, the way they speak. They're up in the Northwest too, and they kind of they do kind of sound a little Minnesotian, just a smidge. So I love my Minnesota people though. They're the best. I hate their football team.
I love their nose. They do the no. That's like Canada too. No, it's so cool the way they talk.
They taught me an exclamation that they say, cripes. They go, cripes. You know, we gotta go up to Canada. Oh, up to Thunder Bay.
I mean, us Southern Californians are not any better. We have Valley Girls, so we've been known as Valley Girls since the 1980s at least. The whole like gag me with a spoon. Oh my god! It like the adding like every other sentence, and then the exaggerated leave me alone. That kind of stuff. That's California for sure. Southern California.
Ed wants to know what the northern version of y'all is. I would say you guys. You guys,
yeah.
And you go to New York, it's probably use guys. Yeah, so we don't say you guys in the South, and when we do, we shun people because that's not ours. You say y'all.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's slay now. We're doing the Paris Hilton. No, it's sliving. Paris Hilton's new thing is sliving. It's slaying and living at the same time. That's the new word right now.
That is information that is just not useful to anybody.
Gotta love California. I know.
Good Lord. And now I forgot what I was going to say. Thanks. That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not. It's fine. All right. We should probably get out of here. So it was a good show. That was, we had chock full of goodness there. And for the most part, the technical bugaboos decided to stay away. That's always a good sign when, it's kind of easy when you're on that end and, you just get to hang with the cats and stuff. And I'm over here like Dr. Octopus, like pushing the buttons and stuff like that. So I'm just glad it worked out. So, any show you can walk away from alive is a good day. So we managed to live to tell the tale. So, so what's going on with you this week? What's coming up?
I got my show, Monday through Friday. That'll be 1 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m., right? 4 p.m. Eastern. I think tomorrow I might be going on the Willie Bragg show. I'm not sure. I think he asked about it, but I'm not completely sure. So just keep an eye out for the Willie Bragg show, whether I'm on there or not. He's worth watching. So he's awesome. And I think that's all I have this week. So I probably will be on my show by myself this week. I had somebody on every day this last week. So I'm gonna give my anxiety and my antisocialness a little bit of a break and just chill and watch some stuff. So yeah.
Well, you never know. You may have a surprise guest pop in this week. We'll have to see.
If it's you, that would be the only person. You're the only person that I could be on my show that takes away my stress. So.
Aw, look at you. You're so sweet. I am a very stressful person, though. Willie says we are on the Willie Bragg Show tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's check out Willie on the YouTubes. Now that show's going to be on his channel, right? It's not KRTD. He does the KRTD show on Saturday nights, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Sam Cedars King is here finally. Haven't seen him in like a week. Good to see you.
Yeah, Sam, you did miss the show, you fucker. The hell, man! It's called... Are you still got the hangover from the daylight savings? That was like a few weeks ago, man. Come on. Nah, that's all right.
Oh, he just said it's good to see Warren, but not as much me. Oh, I think you're starting to hate me now.
No, he said it's good to see Jimmy. That's what he said. No,
look, it says it's good to see Warren, but not as much as Jimmy. Oh, not as much as Jimmy. Oh, okay. Haha, he still likes me more.
One day we're going to get you to learn how to read. That'll be fine. And then you could go
Hey, I've got one super fan, and his name is Sam Cedars King, and I'm taking it, all right?
He's all yours. Trust me. That's, you will not get a fight here. That's for sure. So anyway, oh wait, damn it. I closed this thing up. I didn't mean to. I'll stall while I do this. So, for me, tomorrow.
Look at that. Marcus says he would definitely give me stress. Marcus, I would love to have you on your show. I want to pick Marcus's brain so goddamn bad. Like, there are things that I know that I've researched and done where I'm on the same level as him, but I just can't talk to him about it because I never talk to him outside of, either in the chat or on a show or something. Man, that guy, he's got so much knowledge. Whew. I could probably go for 6 hours on a show with that dude.
Yes, I love Marcus. He was on Mundus Ultra last week. So,
yeah.
So this is just a reminder to everybody in case you missed this off the top of the show. So this is going on. This is Action for Assange. She was doing some fundraising to try, and I think she met her goal of 1,500. She got 1,725. Misty was spearheading this. Misty Winston, Comrade Misty, for those of you in the know. So this Tuesday, April 11th, from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern in Washington, D.C., there's going to be a rally for the 4-year anniversary of Julian Assange in Belmarsh Prison in England. That's going to be at the Department of Justice 10th and Pennsylvania Avenue. Be sure to check that out. And
and if you can't make it too, if you can't make it, there's people on YouTube that are going to be covering this. I know that Roar Media is going to be covering that on Tuesday on YouTube.
Okay. So. Yeah. So definitely check that out and spread the word too. So spread the word about it. We got to get him out of there. We got to get all of these journalists out of jail that are in prisons around the world. Not just Julian Assange, although Julian Assange, arguably, you could say, has done probably the most important journalistic work, definitely of the 21st century. And possibly in journalism history too. So, he's suffering for the work that he did, and it's, we really need to free him and others who are truth tellers out there. So, As for me, tomorrow night, probably around 6 p.m. Eastern, Mundus Ultra will be on. I've decided to talk about what possibly could be the location of the mythical city of Atlantis, and turns out it might actually be in the Sahara Desert, which is a pretty wild story. So if you're not subscribed to Mundus Ultra, MUNDUSULTRA, just look for it on the YouTubes there, and like and subscribe to it. Just got started not too long ago, just doing some fun kind of spooky, kind of cool, weird stories and stuff like that. Really into that kind of stuff.
You got a protest going on outside right now?
It's New York, baby. There's people.
Are they out egg hunting, like hunting for eggs in the middle of the night?
Yeah, they're hunting for eggs, or crack rock, or crack
eggs,
crack eggs, or cracked eggs. Any will do, because no, everybody just puts their business out on Front Street in New York. They don't care. They do blah 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 blah. They'll be on the phone. How dare you? Blue 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 blue.
It's like almost 3 o'clock in the morning, and mofos are out there protesting like it's like noon out there. I love it. I love this city so much. It's so quiet out here.
It's a city that never sleeps. So, and these fuckers aren't asleep. That's for sure.
That's right.
So Monday, got a twofer again, but not on the show on Extra Bulla. I'm going to actually be on Trailer Park Pundit with Shonda. Shanda. I don't know how you say it. Is it Shanda? Shonda? I'd say it's Shanda. Right? I think
Shonda. Shonda.
Yeah. Shanda.
Oh man, I don't know now. Now you're gonna mess me up.
Anyway, she's one half of the dynamic duo of Beauty and the Boomer. Obviously, she's the beauty. Sorry, Oz, you're a good-looking guy, but Shanda's the beauty. So she wants to interview me about about Extra Bulla's presidential run. So that'll be some hilarity. I think that's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern over here. And then at 3 p.m. Eastern, the early bird special, Ryan Christian, The Last American Vagabond, is going to be on. We're going to get his Marvel origin story, how he got into being a journalist and a pundit, and talking about how talk about some of the predictions he's made in the past that have come true, and maybe more predictions to come. And he's also a musician too, so we played a little bit of his music off the top this evening. So that was he's a super nice guy. So I'm looking forward to that on Monday, and then we'll be back again this next Saturday doing these shenanigans all over again. So I thought it was a pretty good show tonight. I think hopefully everybody was entertained. I think we had a lot of stuff to cover. I mean, I as much as I enjoyed talking with you at length about things, and we did talk at length a few times about stuff, we had a little more stuff to actually like video and stuff like that to show the kids, and I think that was pretty fun too. I really did enjoy some of the stuff that you brought to the table too. So keep up the good work there, kid. It was good stuff.
Thank you.
Of course. So I guess that's it. Any final thoughts for the kids?
Stay high, stay empathetic, don't stop fighting. That's all I got.
Right on. Wash your ass, keep it clean. It's because now Jesus is out of the ground, and you don't really want to be shunned by Jesus, whether you believe in him or not. He's pretty judgmental. So yeah. Anyway, enjoy your Easter if you're into that sort of thing. Enjoy your Passover, same thing. If not, enjoy your Sunday. We'll see you
For
next
all the
time.
witches out there, happy Ostara. It is Ostara. It is the spring festival. So just so you know.
Yes, and if you're a Ned Beatty fan, I don't know. I just want to throw that in there. I don't think he has any significance to this day. So that's how I roll. I like to throw in the random. Peace out, bitches. Eggs, legs, bags, kegs. I got nothing.
Shut up, bitch!
Groovy.